So with the white balance, this is it. This is no grade. This is simply just the exposure being brought down at the 709 LUT. All right, guys, I'm just in the dirty garage right now. This place is a mess. Recently in a Facebook group, I'm not gonna say which one, someone shared a screenshot saying, how can I get my out of camera colors to look like this? And the screenshot they sent was from like a movie or something, and it was super teal and orange look. I wrote this long thing out saying how important it is about lighting and that it was lit to look like that. So I just wanna show a quick example on that on just the beehive stuff. All right, guys, before we go over these two clips, let's break down what the teal and orange look is. So I'm just using Shot Deck. One of my favorite films is Man on Fire. So these first two screenshots are from there. You can see our blacks are true black. They're not being pushed to teal. This is like the number one thing. You see we have this very cold window light coming through. Maybe it's like dusk. And then a warm like lamp kicking back up at him while he's drinking. And this, you can see once again, very cool daylight pumping in with a really warm light. And then the blacks are true black. I want to talk about set design real quick. You can see the walls are freaking greenish teal, more on the green side, and orange. So are the curtains. So are all the wardrobe, except for the red in here, which is another complementary color, but look, even orange. Now here's the Joker. People love the color grade on Joker. I don't really care for it personally. I think they went a little bit overboard. It reminds me of all the Sony boys out there with their hardcore LUTs. But again, the important thing is look at the blacks. The blacks are true black. And then all the color being pushed in here is mostly motivated by actual colored lights. Once again, they have a teal light back here and then a really warm street lamp on him. Now this is just the regular lighting. So I have an overhead light up here and then a Pavo tube just key lighting it over here just to kind of fill this in right here. Both of those lights were set to daylight, and you can see, let's go through the color grade real quick. So right here is just the 709 LUT. It's just the Canon one. This first node, I'm just recovering the blacks because you'll see when I go to my exposure, I lower the exposure lock because I like it kind of deeper on there. I don't like super bright exposures. For this one, I'm having to bump the saturation up because we're lighting it just very neutral. And then here's the grade. All right, this is very heavy. This is pushed way beyond to anything I would deliver to a client. You can see we're getting like all these colors just mushing all over the place. You see the natural daylight coming in is more on the warmer side, and then we still have all this cool light. Now let's bring up our next clip. This clip, again, I lit it very heavy. So our overhead light, I pushed it to teal. It's an RGB light. Again, I'll go over in a sec. The new Pavo tubes over here, I'm pushing more towards warm. But you can see everything looks a little bit more natural. Our blacks are black. The gray wall back here is gray. If we wanted to, we could key this out and push it teal if you want to, or I'd rather have just lit it towards teal if I want to go towards there. But you see the daylight hitting back here, it looks more natural. I mean, none of this light overall looks natural, but I'm just trying to prove a point here. So let's break down this grade. So let's just take everything off. So once again, this is our 709. Again, I'm recovering the blacks. Here's our exposure. So you see with our exposure, it's warmer over here and it's blue over here. Again, compared to other clip with the same settings on there, you see this is very neutral. And then this is with the colors being pumped in just by lighting. So let's go back. White balance, because again, I put the key light to warm because I want to push everything else towards a teal. So with the white balance, this is it. This is no grade. This is simply just the exposure being brought down at the 709 LUT. And that's just it being white balance. There's a natural teal and orange look right there. Well, kind of more of a blue. So you'll see right here, I go into my color warper and I push the blues just to a teal. I wouldn't do this normally, but again, I'm just pushing it just for example. And then now we could throw a grade on there. And once again, pushing the grade super heavily to where I wouldn't do in real life, but I'm just warming up the shadows and I'm just pushed toward that teal and orange. You see, we're getting a little bit of that mushing back here, but it's a lot more natural. Our blacks are a lot more neutral. And now let's bounce back and forth to the look that's not lit properly for the teal and orange look. You see, all of a sudden, I mean, some of you guys might like this, but this looks gross to me. It looks like it was color graded by crayons by a 5-year-old. And then this looks a little bit more professional, even though I think the lighting is kind of whack still. Let's go into this black level node. Let's turn them both on. Let's look at the scopes here. With all rules are made to be broken, so feel free to do whatever you want, but I think having neutral blacks is a more professional look. I think footage looks just more cleaner and higher end when the blacks are more neutral. So, and the teal and orange footage that we lit to be teal and orange, you see our black levels are almost a lot more neutral. And then we go on the one that was color grade to look like that. It's kind of all over the place. Now let's move forward to the lighting breakdown real quick, and then that's a wrap. All right, guys, so here is our setup. Again, we have that cool Falcon Eyes light pad up here, and then the new Nanlite Pavel tubes. I have another one here, but I didn't even turn it on at all. But let me just walk you through this. So obviously you see I warmed this up, and the reason I warmed this up is so when I do the white balance, I'll have it set cooler, so the backdrop goes cooler, and it naturally will give us that teal and orange look. Our key light will be a little bit warmer, and we'll have a teal kicker, and the background will be a little bit teal. You'll see we'll have it in between there. So I will do a full-on video about these lights, but real quick, let me just show you some of the cool effects that these lights now do. So pretty rad setup. Now let me show off this light. This is also an RGB light. This is our Falcon Eyes light pad. It's a really cool light. It's super light. You could gaff tape this up to the ceiling if you need it to. And just so you guys know, you don't need RGB lights to do this look. You could use tungsten or daylight balanced lights or just color gels. Like, you don't have to get fancy with it. I just love RGB lights because it makes it a little bit easier. I just want to say real quick, I've been working a lot the past like 3 months. So I haven't been able to really do any YouTube videos. I'm trying to move within the next 10 days too, but this is just me because I was excited to do something about this video. So I'm half-assing it, but the info is getting out there.